Have you guys seen Esports and the E-League?
I don't know if that's sports, but it's great mind savvy.
I have not seen it, Ernest.
I have seen it.
More than 12 million people attended live esports events in the U.S. and Western Europe in 2014.
I had zero knowledge of the fact that this exists.
You didn't know there were cyber athletes?
My hand to God, I didn't know there were but my issue is it's still not a sport.
Well, again,
it's a game.
It's even gone to the point that now the government has acknowledged professional video gamers as athletes.
Right, and how could that be? How is that athletic? I mean, I'm not talking about
now when we talk about so look, first and foremost, I care about my son and his passion, and he is look.
What you are seeing is a disconnect between today versus a younger generation of people. This disconnect is caused from what time period you were born in and what you thought of as sports. If you look at the older generation, for example, growing up, video games were something kids did for fun, but never a sport. Sports were, well, the traditional sports, such as football and basketball, but never video games. As we know, video games like CSGO and League of Legends bring in millions of viewers from across the world each year. But I believe that's where the issue lies with many adults. Why? Why would you want to watch someone else compete in a video game? The easiest example I can think of is the ease of accessibility to everyone, no matter your skill level. Say you see someone toss an op over a window as a distraction, just to get killed from a different angle. Or if you see someone win an insane 1v1 while at a health disadvantage, only winning because of the skill they displayed. There's no barrier to entry in order to attempt to replicate these plays. That's where the difference is. Whereas in traditional sports, many will never attempt it simply because they don't believe they are physically fit enough to do it. Now to tackle the big question though, are esports players athletes? Well, let's take a moment to compare what is required of more traditional sports athletes and what is required of esports players. Online web series such as TSM Legends do a great job of showcasing the day in the life of pro players, what they do to prepare, and what is required of them. They practice for hours each day, watch the previous games, try to work out their mistakes, work on strategy, and work on teamwork. If you compare this to what regular sports players do, many parallels can be drawn. Whether it be the practice, teamwork, or strategy, both are very similar. However, there is one difference that I believe sways many people's opinions on whether or not esports players should be considered athletes. That difference is the physical requirements to play. With esports, since there isn't necessarily a need for athletic talent, many say that they aren't sports based off of this fact alone. And while I'm sure it could be argued that they may not be as difficult as other sports, I don't believe it's fair to discount them as players, competitors, or even as athletes.